Hey everyone. Today I'm diving into a key issue that's making waves in international politics, the European Union's approach to the ongoing crisis in Venezuela. Specifically, we're looking at Josep Borrell, the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs, and his bold stance on fostering dialogue over sanctions. First off, let's set the stage. Venezuela has been in turmoil for years, with economic collapse, political unrest, and a massive humanitarian crisis. The recent disputed re-election of President Nicolás Maduro has only intensified the situation. Countries around the world are grappling with how to respond, and the EU is no exception. Enter Josep Borrell. In a recent interview, Borrell emphasized that any action the EU takes must prioritize the well-being of the Venezuelan people. He stressed the importance of political dialogue and a Venezuelan-led process towards democracy. This is a big deal because it highlights a different approach compared to more aggressive strategies, like sanctions. Borrell's stance is a reflection of the EU's broader foreign policy. Unlike the US, which has imposed sweeping sanctions on Venezuelan officials and sectors of its economy, the EU is more cautious. Borrell pointed out that sanctions can often hurt the people they're meant to help. He wants to avoid exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. So, what exactly is Borrell proposing? He's ready to take all necessary measures to support democratic conditions in Venezuela. But what's key here is that he insists on fostering internal dialogue. He believes that any changes to the EU's sanctions will depend on the progress made within Venezuela's political landscape. This approach isn't without its critics. Some argue that dialogue with Maduro's government is futile and that stronger measures are needed. They point to the crackdown on protests and the arrest of opposition leaders as signs that Maduro isn't interested in genuine reform. But Borrell maintains that a heavy-handed approach could backfire, potentially worsening the crisis. Meanwhile, the situation in Venezuela remains dire. The US has ramped up its sanctions, targeting high-ranking officials and sectors of the economy. These measures, however, have sparked condemnation from the Venezuelan government, which calls them illegal and a violation of international law. Diplomatic tensions have also flared up between Venezuela and Spain, further complicating the international response. It's a delicate balancing act. The international community is deeply concerned about the erosion of democratic norms in Venezuela. But there's no easy solution. Borrell's emphasis on dialogue and political solutions underscores the complexity of the situation. It's not just about opposing Maduro, it's about finding a sustainable path forward for the Venezuelan people. In the end, Borrell's stance highlights the importance of multilateralism and cooperation. The EU is committed to supporting democracy in Venezuela, but it's clear that this will require careful consideration of all stakeholders' interests. That's it for today's dive into international politics. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.